to episode 8 of our Indiana football podcast. Zach, what's good, man? How was your weekend?
It was pretty good, man. Was in Ann Arbor, but I'll admit I didn't go to the game this time. I was there 2 years ago, so this time, now that I'm of age, just spent time there and got to see the town and got to see an ass whooping too. But how about you?
I mean, I didn't do too much, man. I watched a lot of football this weekend. I had to watch some football I wish I could unsee.
Yeah.
And but other than that, man, it was good. I'm excited. Basketball season's getting ready to start as well, so that's getting me fired up.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's just jump into it, man. There's no way to avoid this one.
Michigan, number two team in the country. I mean, as we said in the notes, like, what can we say? They proved why they're the number 2, if not best team in the country. They were consistent on both sides of the ball. And special teams, you could just tell they were the more mature team, more experienced and mature, like all facets of the game. There were a few takeaways, but overall it was pretty bad. It was bad and hard to watch.
Yes, I mean they were making a bunch of plays. The lateral pass to McCulley, to Lucas for a touchdown, and then the interception after that drive, and that's what switched the momentum. And I didn't want it to go that way, but you can just see how Michigan being ranked number 2, it kind of just broke down our defense, marching down the field, and it just got ugly from there.
Yeah, it got ugly, and they snatched our souls, to put it that way.
Whoa.
They snatched our souls, man. It felt good to get some glimpses of and like bursts of like rhythm on offense, but it barely lasted. It was too little,
short-lived,
and short-lived.
100%. What would you? Let's just hop in. What would you say be some main takeaways that you saw with the short-lived offense? New coordinator, you get to see it all in action. What would you say was some takeaways?
The takeaways were they ran what we've kind of seen before on the offensive side, just a more condensed version of it, which was what I was expecting, as they were only going to run the plays that have been working.
Yeah.
It was good to see them implement the fake run pass.
The double pass?
Yeah, the triple pass. And then as well as a screen. They finally ran a screen, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's big if the run game struggles, which it did. I mean, I've been saying that. It's another addition. All I think for the past 3 weeks, it's another addition to the run game, and none of it worked. So
I would say some of it worked, but after the first quarter,
I mean,
I think we had like 50 yards of offense.
Didn't work.
It didn't work. So yeah.
What'd you think about the two different quarterbacks playing? Who'd you think was better? Who'd you think read the defense better, at least? Because I mean, there's very like you said, it's hard to really break that down because it was 50 yards of offense. So
yeah.
But
Sorsby played better yet again.
Yeah. And I agree with you.
We'll talk about it who's going to be the quarterback for this week's game later. But Sorsby played better. He was more crispy, clean with his reads. At times, he ran the ball 13 times, so at times he was forced to run for some yards that weren't really there.
Yeah.
But Sorsby played better, and he just showed a little bit more potential and better command of the offense.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think it's once again, if Taven just being a younger quarterback, not having that much experience, and then going up against Ohio State and that madness. I'm saying Ohio State and Michigan in the madhouse. I think it showed that he needs to take some time and learn more at the position. I didn't play it, but I played with some good quarterbacks, and I just see that like it's just inexperience. He's obviously a good player, and he's a good quarterback. He just needs more time, maybe to learn from someone else's mistakes, maybe, or someone else's achievements. And I think he's going to be there. So I think with Brendan showing what he could show with the little amount of opportunities, he should be going forward as the starter, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I want to focus on the rhythm of the quarterbacks, in particular, how we've been switching them out and back and forth, because it's hard. I feel like if you're constantly going back and forth between one guy and Jackson Davis, I say Trace Jackson Davis, bro. I always get the two confused.
Yeah,
but Taven Jackson and Brandon Sorsby, it's hard to get them both a rhythm if they don't know when they're gonna go in or when they're gonna go out. And I think it's important, the guys lining up next to the quarterback, the receivers. McCauley talked about it after the game. Like, it's frustrating as a receiver because there's two different it's two different spirals. Mm-hmm. It's two different. It's different timing, all that. And I know that there were some positives on offense, but I think this is what we should focus on for the X's and O's.
With the rhythm, how it breaks down.
Yeah, the rhythm and just how we're navigating the quarterback position. Because this is 3 years in a row that we've messed it up.
Yeah, especially with the boy balling in Washington. But
he's going to win the Heisman.
I agree with you, but at the same time, at this point in the season, knowing that you do have a coaching change and then that you have to kind of evaluate who's going to be the starter, it's kind of expected. And I can get it if it's the beginning of the season, but since we're this late in the season or mid in the season and it's still current, I think it should be expected by the receivers that maybe they're getting reps from both quarterbacks automatically in practice because they don't know who's going to be who. So I think that one of the quarterbacks really just need to step up and embrace that role and, hey, this is my job. I'm taking this. I'm going to lead the boys into, still hopes of a bowl game and continue going forward with whatever, and then we can regroup next season type thing. You know what I mean? Because at this point, like, that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for someone to just stand out. And even though Sorsby's looking good, he's also not implementing on certain things that make him stand out, So the receivers at this point just got to, hey, my route is this. I don't care who's throwing the ball. I'm getting open. And it goes from there. But quarterback, one of them just needs to just stand out and get the job done and kind of say this is where we're going forward with this, So I agree with you, but one of them have to just get the job done. Yeah.
And shout out Donovan McCauley for showing some emotion after the game. I feel like that's been lacking from the players post-game. He was visibly frustrated, and reasonably so. Let's not forget, he's a former quarterback who was a baller.
Yeah, he had a touchdown pass.
And I can't help but feel for that guy because, he's another player that I don't think career-wise it's worked out for him at Indiana so far.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work like that,
Sometimes it doesn't work out like that. But I know it was a rough game. What other positives did you take away from it? I got some on the defensive side of the ball that I can go.
I'll let you jump in that because I have some positives with the defense, but it's hard to say that as well with also getting a 52 dropped on it.
Right. Yeah.
So what's your positives?
For me, since this program has pretty much no expectations, I'm just looking to see if we can hold our own against the number two. I believe the best team in the country. Granted, I'm biased, but I thought the fact that the defense held their own and they did create some pressure against JJ.
Yeah, the only three
Brady.
sacks on him. The only
He looks better than Brady. And
honestly, I didn't even watch Brady highlights at Michigan.
I don't either, but he just comes to mind as another great Michigan quarterback. But he's gonna be I think a top 10 pick, as in JJ McCarthy.
Oh yeah,
and we sacked him I think 4 times.
Was it 4? Okay.
Yeah, Landon Carr, transfer.
I knew it was 3. I knew it was his first 3 sacks of the season when I saw the stats pop up.
Yeah, and that's what a little bit of what the media was talking about, especially on the offensive side with the Michigan team.
Yeah.
They were like, this team hasn't allowed a sack, So that's a win. That's a positive in my book. The fact that we held our own created some pressure. There was definitely some weak spots and weak coverage. The play that I think changed the momentum and snatched our souls from the game.
What is that catch? Wait, hold on. Now what?
The fourth down. The fourth down when they decided to go for it. They called the play action, and there was 5-6 unanswered touchdowns after that. So we couldn't stop them. They kept their foot on the gas pedal, and boy, did they not let off.
What about that catch though?
Oh, yeah, Cooper. He's gonna get the ball.
Is bro okay?
I think so. My back hurt a little bit after that.
What? That man landed directly on his helmet, his dome piece.
Have you ever had a catch like that?
No, thank God. I think it was against Maryland. I had a catch that was thrown high, and the guy pushed me in my lower back while I was still in the air, and I somehow caught my balance enough to land on my feet, but it could have been bad where just
right.
Yeah, but thank God, no, I haven't. But I'm glad he's all right. But that was fire.
Yeah, no, that catch was the best play of the game, and it's unfortunate because it didn't have any impact on the final outcome. But we're used to it. I'm used to it. So, you ready to transition over to this Rutgers team and the scouting report?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. It's Rutgers, man.
What you think about them?
Well,
I saw a little bit.
They're a great football team.
Yeah,
they're
saw that.
Well coached.
Yeah.
They play a style of defense that's very reminiscent of their head coach, who came over from Ohio State. And they're kind of, I would say, they're favorites. They're 3-point favorites. I don't know when the last time they were underdog on the road was, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
And they're favored, as in Rutgers at home this weekend.
Yeah, I could figure that they would be the favorites. Do you think it's a must-win for Indiana?
Yes. It's a must-win. I don't know what happens if we lose this game, but judging from the comments from Tom Allen today, it's not good if we lose this game. And this is what we need to talk about is the quarterback, because he came out and stated that the starting quarterback on Saturday's game is going to be the starter the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But he failed to mention a starter.
Yeah, it left us the question.
Right. So
I think I know who's going to be the starter, but I can be totally wrong as well.
Yeah. And here's what I've realized. Last year I realized this. As a coach, you're always going to take accountability for the players. But if you have a player's back like Taven, let's say they like Taven, right? Then you're going to ride with him. But if he doesn't play well, then they're going to look on you and what you've said about this guy.
What you went
right?
with your word, reflects on you.
Exactly. And we had the same thing happen last year. And I'm just frustrated.
If you don't have anyone standing out, though, it can kind of go either way, right? I guess you can say
it can go either way. It can go either way.
I guess it's just shit. Flip a coin. No, I'm just joking. My boys out there balling. Let me stop playing. But it's just it's at that point because once again they would have already announced the starter at this point, even with the new OC coming in. If it was already established who was just that much better than one or the other.
Right. I'd be shocked if it wasn't Sorsby, but for this program, nothing surprises me at this point.
Yeah, I hope they get the win. They're gonna be playing. Isn't it in New Jersey? I think I played there once in my.
No, it's here.
It's home. Oh, it's homecoming.
Yeah, it's homecoming. Yeah. So
they're gonna have a lot of love there. It's gonna be a nice environment. The sun's gonna be shining, hopefully, and it's gonna be the nice fall day, and the boys gonna come out in them uniforms and get the business done. I hope the quarterback, whoever Tom Allen announces, when the game time comes, takes over and doesn't look back, doesn't give his job up for another chance to be taken again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a beautiful day. So I hope the boys get it done.
Yeah. I know the game's at noon, so I mean hopefully the team won't be too hungover. They shouldn't be going out anyways.
Well,
but
I hope that they better not. No, they're definitely.
Dude, if I see them out.
No, so how it goes before game day is normally we would spend time at the facility until about like 6 or 7, and then we head to a movie the night before, watch a movie as a team, bond, get all the bros together, big family. Go back to a hotel off campus, and then break down everything from there. Got meetings, wake up in the morning, warm up, then you come to the game. So no one should ever be hungover.
Right.
So that shouldn't be the case. They should be, if anything, they should be wide awake, ready to play some football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Hungover, maybe hungover from that 52 ball, but not alcohol. Yeah, it kind of rhymed though.
Yeah, I like that. So, Simmie, for the offense, what else would you like to see? We saw a couple screens, which are basically, just the same run game, right? And then we saw that trick play. What else do you want to see?
I would just like to see them kind of continue that and maybe expand on the same plays a little in different varieties, switching up the routes in between. But I like what I saw. It was just the point, they're still trying to test out the two quarterbacks. So now I'm hoping to just stick with the one that they're gonna choose and just let him kind of just go through that whole entire playbook. Now he has enough time, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks that he had to learn this new offensive coordinator's, playbook. So I think, they stick to that and actually make what I want to see more of is the run game. The run game is just lacking, and everyone knows to be a threat in the Big Ten, you need to have a run game and you need to have a passing game because the run game opens up the passing game. So if you got nothing but passes going on, I know, it's going to make it a hard day for the quarterbacks not being as experienced. So hopefully they can develop that run game and then just stick to what they've been doing.
Yeah, I would like to see some more like pitches with J. Lou in the backfield.
Yeah.
Or, if you're going to run a 2 running back formation, I don't know, just get more creative, put some more motion, don't do any more triple option, which we did see again.
Yeah.
We did see again.
Not as much though, so that's fine.
Yeah, not as much, but it's still frustrating.
Yeah.
It's still frustrating. I think more importantly at this point with this program, I'm more concerned about, players like Jalen Lucas or Donovan McCulley entering the transfer portal. Obviously, at this point in the season, I don't think anyone in the building has given up on the team. But, man, if we lose this weekend,
I can see definitely some of the guys maybe thinking something like that. Such a crazy process. Now I didn't have the transfer portal when I was playing. You had to wait like a year to,
Yeah.
So it's crazy to talk about now. But I think Lucas. I mean, he's straight. I mean, he got records and big mentions, and I think he's solidified. I can see why if some receivers want to, grow their name more, why they would think of that. But once again, if you're thinking about that, then it's a long season.
Yeah.
If you so I doubt that's coming across, and if it is, it shouldn't be like the main focus at this point. You still got a lot more games to put tape on, and if you think like that, it's gonna show on tape. The eye in the sky does not lie. Like that's. So I don't think that's the case with these guys. I just think that it's obviously no one wants to be losing, and it's tough to the fashion that they've lost in. But and then the coach change. Now they're still trying to figure out the quarterback situation. They just gotta embrace and kind of like come together at this point. Like I do think that this Rutgers is a must win. So, like, they have to kind of figure that out and kind of shake this Michigan game off and get to it.
Yeah. I have a story now because I saw, I'm not going to say who, but 2 years ago, I saw their butts out on Kirkwood the night before the Ohio State game.
No, we ain't snitching.
No, I'm not. But, like...
Snitches get stitches.
I'm like, the way I look at that is because those players, I mean, I think one of them ended up transferring. I don't know where the other two are now, but it's like, it's real. It's a real thing, like players, for whatever reason, just they give up. I would say, yeah, just mostly the impact players like Jalen Lucas, who are making a name for themselves because they have the opportunity to play. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? If you were to go to a powerhouse or a good, top tier school,
yeah, you got dogs.
You might not
up.
Got that opportunity like you will here.
Yeah, no, you got dogs lined up at the bigger schools, and especially nowadays as well that everyone's going to the best schools.
Yeah.
You got to choose wisely. Eat where you
can.
can.
Yeah, but we can't seem to get any. I mean, we've recruited better.
Yeah.
Of late, but it hasn't transitioned or been reflected on the field.
Yeah.
So this whole transfer portal is gonna heat up as it does every year, but man, last year we were like top 3 with players coming in and players coming out. So is it that unreasonable for students like myself and fans to have to be in despair pretty much,
Yeah, I mean it's the luck of the draw. We need to win some more games if you want that transfer portal to be high. That's where it always going to start.
Let's dive into more of the conference, Who is your best pound for pound player right now in the conference?
I'm gonna say J.J. McCarthy. And I said it before last game that he's gonna be dangerous, and I've just seen him all year play, and he's just one of those guys that just he gets it done. He knows exactly where his blitzes are coming from, what coverages, where the safeties. He's one of those guys. He's not like an explosive passer like Caleb Williams or anything like that, but he's just decisive, and he gets the ball out of his hand, faster than anyone else. I believe in football right now. So I'm gonna say him, especially seeing his last performance against my guys. Man, I hated it had to be them.
Yeah.
What about you?
McCarthy, I think, is the best offensive player in the Big Ten besides Marvin Harrison, but I'm not gonna pick him because everyone's picking him.
I mean, he's definitely a valid pick.
Yeah,
I mean, he's different.
He'll be a top 5, top 10 pick.
Oh yeah, I mean, if the Bears keep playing the way they're playing, and then Carolina keeps playing where they're playing, we might get both of those guys in Chicago. Then I could become a Bears fan again.
Well, dude, I mean, if we keep playing the way we playing at Indiana, Shane might be the offensive coordinator.
I'm gonna be head coach.
You might be.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I agree with that on the offensive side of the ball, but
yeah,
after seeing Graham this past weekend, he's probably gonna come out in 2 years out of college.
Yeah.
But he'll be a first rounder.
So you're going with Graham from Michigan?
On the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
On the defensive side of the ball. So
I respect that.
Pound for pound, I mean, we're the best conference. We're the best conference. I think Michigan's going to win it all this year. It's tough. It's tough when you're towards the bottom and you got to play the big dogs, but
it's Big Ten football.
I was proud of the way we held our own, man.
It's Big Ten football, man.
It's Big Ten football.
October, Big Ten football.
We got Rutgers coming to town, man.
I think I think I heard on ESPN they said this is where the contenders separate themselves from the pretenders. So we need to step it up, man. We need to step it up. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Next week we're gonna be dropping episode 9. Zach, I appreciate you.
Always.